Hello and welcome to Nate and Dave's Geek Week. We're going to be reviewing toys, comics, TV shows, maybe even some fast food reviews. We're thinking about doing a lot of different things with our show here, so
comment and let us know what you would like us to review, and we will take into consideration if you're lucky.
And today we're going to be reviewing the show called The Strand. The Strain?
Strain.
The Strain. The Strand.
Yeah, like a disease, the strain, you know, not like a strand of hair. That'd be stupid.
Well, the worms look like strands in their eyeballs.
I don't know. It's a little stretch.
Well, just a little recap because we're starting on season 2. We missed season 1. But basically there's an airplane. Episode 1.
Seasons are longer collections of episodes. This is a collection of minutes of an episode.
So we had the plane flying over from Germany. The plane lands, but once it lands, there is looks like a monster from the Michael J. Fox movie, The Frighteners. The episode was good. I wasn't too stoked on the monster CGI to begin with. Dave really liked it.
First episode, amazing. Okay, I thought it was awesome. It made me not want to miss this week's. I was like, oh, I can't wait to see it.
I was excited about it too.
But you know what? You miss a lot. You know, with your, there's a lot that happens on that plane before it even lands, before the monster even pops up, before anyone even knows there's a monster. Okay. There's a little creepy girl speaking German, French. I don't know. We'll debate it in a little bit.
I think it's French. You guys comment them below. He says it's German. I think it's French.
It has to be German. And she's wearing a red dress. Maybe, a little ode to Schindler's List.
Well, it's got the Milli Vanilli feel. One's from Germany, one's from France. We'll debate and we'll decide. And we could even Google some of the words and see what it is. We do have it on DVR, so we can look it up.
Yeah.
But we digress. So the plane lands, the boogeyman from The Frighteners comes out, and
there's a huge creepy box, man, with etching, and it's like, oh, it's hand etched. Who cares if it's from a machine or it's hand etched? It's creepy.
It's creepy. A box of death, got skeletons and vampire crap carved all over it. 9x4, full of dirt and earthworms. Just, if you think creepy box and you close your eyes and you imagine what would a creepy vampire box look like, they got it in spades.
Yeah.
Okay,
and
so
it's huge. It's huge.
The CDC gets involved, and you can see them setting up some of the characters. The main character, which I didn't even get his name. I wrote a lot of the names.
The Dr. Hoofenstein, something like that. I don't know.
Well, they got Abraham Zadrakian, 823. 0385 from his concentration camp.
I like him, but you know what? That doctor, the CDC guy, don't like him. They set him up so you like him, so you feel sorry for him. Oh, he's losing his kid. His wife's, banging some other dude. Who cares? I don't like the guy. He looks like an asshole.
You know what? But if you contrast him with some of the other characters that they're setting up, for instance, the Gus the Cholo.
I don't like him either. Don't like him.
Yeah, you know who I do like? I do like the Death Rock vampire dude with the wig.
He's alright, he's alright. There's some character in him, let me tell you that.
And I'm not liking the lawyer lady.
Yeah, she's kind of, a little tight in the pants, if you know what I mean.
So the plane, and we're jumping ahead too much into the second one, but the plane lands. It's full of this stuff. The mystery zombie box gets loaded into the cargo hold. They pull it off.
How'd the box get there? No one knows.
Well, the pilot discussed it a little bit in the second season.
But the first episode, you don't know.
You don't know.
No one knows. What? There's a box on this plane? I don't know.
So there's the box on the plane. There's a CDC element. You got the friends in low places element for the bad guys. I mean, Samwise, a.k.a. Mikey from the Goonies, lets the box get out of the CDC's control and it goes over across.
I don't think it's all his fault though. The two cops that stop the guy and they're like, "What's in the van?" and they had to have seen that box. You know what I mean? There's no way they could not see it. It's like, we're looking for this missing box with carvings on it. Oh, that must be a different box. No, I don't buy it.
And it wasn't a total creeper van. I mean, there was big windows in the back. Actually, was it closed off in the back?
Yeah, it didn't have any side windows. But, when
there weren't windows in the back. So, I mean, unless they were...
But you know what? When they're looking at the guy and he's like pulling, "Oh, I have a gun," of course they're going to see a little hint of a box. You know what I mean? It's... Okay, the box is literally like that close to Gus, There's
well, not
no
only
way.
that, but when the guys are asking for identification and Gus shows his badge, when you think of guys who work for the CDC, I don't think Gus.
No.
Gus with the teardrop tattoos and the Ese Vato Loco tattoos on his neck just isn't screaming CDC. But that's just me.
It's not even screaming, "I have a job." If anything, it screams, "I don't have a job."
Or I have a job doing underhanded things, like robbing old guys at pawn shops.
Or blowing midgets for quarters.
Oh, the midget blowing. That'll be on our review of the Naked and Afraid show, which we watched before this. Great show, but we digress.
Amazing.
Okay, so the box gets away, and then now at the end of the season 1, you get a little bit.
One.
I stand corrected again. At the end of episode 1, we have got a setup for all of the bells and whistles, the classic deals. You got the zombies. You got what could be vampires. You have got the flawed characters. You've got, let's see what else you can chime in. The creepy box.
You got the creepy box. You got this demon vampire master of it all. Something like that. They haven't really said it too much.
Well, he was 9 foot tall with the pointy ears. He's got the Nosferatu vibe going on. And I did like the way he looked on this episode versus, the crappy 90s.
The
90s
little
CGC.
hooded shroud that just kind of pops up. That's like, I don't know.
I did kind of get that Mountain versus Viper deal from Game of Thrones where they smashed the skull. Unfortunately, they had the character. He was the Wishmaster. Did you ever watch the horror movies, The Wishmaster? I was the guy who got his skull crushed. He was the Wishmaster, the actual villain from that show from the movies during like the 80s and 90s. I think that they might have been like Full Moon Productions, the same company that put out like the Puppet Master movies.
Right.
I was thinking that he was going to have a little bit more of a role in it, but they smashed his skull really quickly.
Yeah. Of course, this was after Gus smuggles out the box and all
the box is gone.
Or actually, the box is there, and the guy sees the box, and he's like, "Oh my God, it's the box!" And all of a sudden, the demon's like, "What?" And
And friends in low places, the bad guys can always win when they get the politicos involved. CGC has it all on lockdown, but
CGC?
The CGC, yes. The Comet Grading Commission has their fingers in everything.
I
They're the root of all evil in the world.
I think so. I swear to God, it wasn't a 7.0 CGC.
They're holding out for the 9.8.
I know, man. I don't know. How do we get on this tangent?
I don't know. It falls apart.
That's for you, Iggy.
We gotta get Iggy dressed like Mario here.
We do. Okay, now back on track, okay? I don't know if I'm the only one that hoped for Gus to die in a horrible way. I don't know. I hope I'm not, because I just don't like the guy, dude. What do you think?
Well, right when I wanted him to die, he got away at the back of the van when they said don't. He gave him the 3 rules. Get him across the bridge before midnight. Don't snoop around inside of the van. And for the life of us, we couldn't remember what the 3rd rule was.
Don't be an asshole or something. I don't know. Drive the speed limit. I don't know. Something.
So right when I want him to die, he gets back home and he's scolding his little brother, and they got the Devato taking care of his mommy element, and they try to do some redeeming qualities, and you can see that they're setting him up, just like they were with the DC Doctor, to be an anti-hero. So we've got those aspects in play.
Yeah, and don't forget they introduced the health inspector.
Yeah, and at the beginning of season 2, you see the health inspector. He's got his array of bad guy fighting stuff. He's got his cat that killed the mouse, and he talked about that being the hunter. But I couldn't help but notice he sees like a cane, and he spins it around like he's a ninja expert.
For no other reason. There's no one there for him to impress. He could have just moved the stick. No effort whatsoever. But no, he decides to spin it and do some martial arts. This guy knows karate.
He's
what?
a ninja warrior. American Ninja Warrior, watch out.
Oh, he was speaking a different language. What language? Let us know in the comments.
Okay, Abraham Zadrakian, 8230-385, seems to be somebody who had encountered these villains before.
And they let him know that they were a Jew. Okay, Hollywood, let's stop blaming the Nazis for everything, okay?
Everything. So you've got the Nazis as bad guys, you've got the zombie kid, or the zombies that attack the coroner, you've got the vampire element. I'm waiting for werewolves.
Frankenstein's maybe?
Frankenstein's monster will come out, but they're trying to hit us from all angles. And you know, honestly, I'm liking it so far.
I like it. I think it's good. It's a good distraction until American Horror Story comes on.
American Horror Story, now that's a show. We'll be doing some reviews on that series
Most
when it comes up
definitely.
as well. Okay, so we talked about Gus. We talked about the skull crushing like the Viper on the Game of Thrones. We talked about the Goonies, selling them out.
Then the old dude that needs a liver, but instead he goes to the vampire god.
I think he's looking on the classic thing, the old guy trying to prolong his life.
Immortality, like we all want.
We all want the immortality. So he's taking a page out of the samurai from the Wolverine and trying to get his adamantium suit built up. But instead of an adamantium suit, he's trying to get the vampire everlasting life.
And instead of a classic villain that a movie turns into a joke, this is actually pretty good.
So you weren't a big fan of the Wolverine?
I wasn't a big fan of the Silver Samurai in the Wolverine.
You know, I liked it all the way up until the Silver Samurai aspect. I just watched it again yesterday.
I watched it once, and let me tell you, Wolverine killing a whole bunch of Yakuza, a lot more entertaining in the comic books. A lot more.
Well, that's the comic books. You know, you can't beat the comics. When they make the movies of the comics, they're always missing.
We have reviewed like 8 things in this one review.
All encompassing.
There we go.
All encompassing.
We get distracted easily.
We do. We would digress. We're old buddies, so and
Yes.
our brains jump all over the place.
Yeah.
You know, who's to say if this would even be a coherent review? But we don't care. It's supposed to be fun.
Yeah.
So what do we got? We left off with the guy making empty promises, the CDC doctor making empty promises to his son because you know he's going to get sucked off into the vampire world.
Yeah, it's going to get crazy. It's going to get entertaining. It's going to be insane. And one of the most insane parts of this episode, in my opinion, the little girl in the bath. You know what I mean? Not the tongue that comes out and sucks her dad's blood.
All our
not,
Resident Evil.
Not the milky water. What the dad says. Hey, we'll put on the Lion King soundtrack. What do the Germans know about the Lion King? Is there a Lion King soundtrack in German?
Or in French. We have to ask Milli Vanilli.
We do. If you know the answer, leave it in our comments. We don't want to do no research. This is for fun.
Fun and good times. So we leave off. The little girl attacks her dad because she's hungry. The vermin inspector from the health department clears out a restaurant with the rat that it seemed like he planted.
Yeah.
And they've got this glow-in-the-dark ooze everywhere that you can't see without a flashlight. But then when she picks up her pen and scoops it up, it's as plain as day that there's this big globulous...
It's crazy. I don't know who was doing the script reviewing and said that makes sense. It doesn't. You'll see something all sploogey and stuff with a pen. You know, you don't need no black light. It's weird.
It's clear as day. Somebody jizzed on the floor.
Yeah.
You don't need a black light.
Yeah.
It's not a seedy hotel room. But I guess, they just want to put the effect out for TV.
But my review is good show. I like it.
Good
I
show
enjoy
so
it.
far.
I can't wait till the next episode.
Yeah, definitely. And there's going to be plot holes that we're going to make fun of stuff.
Yeah,
so.
of course. There always is. If we made a show, there wouldn't be, but you know what? We're perfect.
Yeah, perfect. Like this show,
Yeah.
this episode, it's perfect.
Yeah.
We don't talk about the CGC.
Yeah.
We don't digress into the Wolverine.
Yeah.
Or Naked and Afraid.
Yeah.
Or Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Or, let's see, did we get into The Walking Dead?
No.
We didn't get into The Walking Dead. We'll make sure to diverge into The Walking Dead next time. Okay, so feel free to like, comment our reviews, and share. And we're going to be doing some more videos coming out very soon, maybe even right after this, because we got some good ideas. We've already got the set up, so maybe we might as well do it.
Why not? I am Dave Tigerman Smith, and this is my friend
Nate's Greats. Okay, and thanks for watching Geek Week, and we're looking forward to seeing you soon. Have a great one.